Kitten and I say happy birthday, Si. I hope you enjoy this video from your family and all your friends. We love you all. I mean, we love you. I dare you, Si baby, to ride your bicycle backwards 100 miles with Kitten in a basket in the front of your bicycle, but you're riding backwards for 100 miles and you can do it, and that's the dare. I know you can do it. One of my favorite memories of Si is when I was pregnant with Kelly, and so we lived in Key West, and I was really hot all the time and didn't realize, and they kept trying to turn the air conditioning down, and I kept turning it up. I couldn't understand, and finally one night he just went to bed with like his winter pajamas and socks on. It was just unbelievable, and I was like, okay, I don't see what the big deal was. I was still hot, but he was just really a good sport about it. And then when we went to the hospital to go get Kelly, he had to have a snack on the way, so we had to stop at the little chicken place and get a snack. No, actually I wouldn't let him stop and get that. We had a friend bring his snack because I wouldn't let him stop because it was like 6 in the morning and we were on our way to the hospital. But that was one of the fun ones.
My favorite memory of Si is when our family met his family for the very first time. We went to Atlanta to a UK bowl game, and all of us went out to dinner at a Chinese restaurant. And they served us family-style dishes, and so my girls would take a teaspoon of this and a tablespoon of that. And then the Hart boys reached for the dishes, and they just swooped it all up. Si and I have laughed over that many, many times. That's one of our very best memories. I dare you, Silas Hart, to go to Antarctica and sit on an iceberg and send me a picture.
Memory with Mr. Hart is when we went to the UK-Alabama game that UK still lost, but Mr. Hart got really excited when I think they recovered a fumble or something, so he gave me a high five and a hug, and it was, Mr. Hart, I dare you to do a 100-mile bike ride in a Speedo.
Hey Dad, I hope you've had a really good time at your party. One of my favorite memories is I remember being 2 or 3 and you would come home from work and I would run into your arms and scream, and you would just love that. And then you would also do pancakes at our Sesame Street table, and I always sat in the Big Bird chair and Chris always sat in the Cookie Monster chair. And then it evolved into shaped pancakes when we had our bear, and then we had our snowman, and I think we had some other shapes. Mickey Mouse, that was another one, or Minnie Mouse. But anyway, you're a great dad. I hope you have an awesome birthday, and I have so many more memories to share. Okay, Dad, I dare you to take an entire trip with Mom and let her be in charge of the map the whole time.
Hi Si, happy birthday. We are very excited to celebrate your 60th birthday. I was told to remember a fun story about you. I remember very happily when I lived at your house and I would eat every peach that you would buy for Morse. And I still get to come here and eat your peaches. I dare you to come to my house and cook a paella by yourself.
Hey Dad, just want to say I thought it was really cool that when I was a kid, when I was growing up in high school, that even before high school, you always came to my soccer games and cross-country meets, and it seems like you went to about every one, which is really cool. Looking back on it, I don't think that all kids had their parents come out to probably even any of their meets, so it's always cool having you out there and supporting me. And also your pre-race talks, you really get me pumped up and excited. So anyways, I remember that, and I think it's really cool. So thank you. All right, well Dad, for a dare, I triple dog dare you to go climbing at the Red River Gorge, because it's only an hour away and your son already climbs, so he's got all the gear and everything you need to climb. So I highly recommend it, and you should do it.
Okay, so my favorite memory of Uncle Si has to be when we were in France driving around and he had the map up in his face and could not see anything in front of him, driving on the left side of the road like a wild man. And I think for your bucket list, you should add that you need to try all the wines, all of them, in California.
Hey Uncle Si, remember in elementary school when I would come over after school, we'd have oatmeal raisin cookies and you would help me with my quick recall practice and you were the champion, you beat Aunt Dora. It was pretty funny. Well, thank you for everything and I hope that you have a really good birthday.
Okay, my favorite memory of Silas Hart, there aren't any. And secondly, I guess I'm supposed to come up with a dare for Si, so what would I dare Si to be to act normal?
Hi Uncle Si, happy birthday. My favorite story is not so much a story, but just that every video or photo of you, there's a picture going like this. And my dare for you is to say something nice to my father.
Okay, I just really haven't had adequate blood flow to have any kind of memory of Silas at all. I dare you to take me to Yankee Stadium.
Take us both to Yankee Stadium. Oh, remembrances of Silas. I remember back when he first went in the Navy and I ran into one of his friends from high school and they asked me what Silas was doing. I said, well, Silas is flying for the Navy, and they looked at me and said, Silas is flying for the Navy? I said, yeah. And they said, Silas? I said, I thought he was flunking out of UK. I said, no, Silas is flying for the Navy. And they said, no, he's not real. No, not Silas. I said, so they didn't know if I was joking or not. That was probably the first thing that impressed me about Silas. The other things, going to football games with Silas, and just the camaraderie of having an older brother to banter back and forth with.
All right, Silas, my favorite memory of you, when we were kids, you took me out in the front yard and taught me how to throw a strike when I was pitching baseball. That was a lot of fun, and I'll never forget that. All right, Silas, you got this bicycle riding thing down, and you've got the jogging thing down. I think you need to take up swimming, and I'd like to see you do a triathlon before you get this thing done.
Silas was our firstborn son, and when he came into this world, he cried because he was hungry. So we finally got enough food for him, and then he did pretty well, except he wouldn't sleep when he was a baby. And so we would take him out in the car because he would fall asleep. And he was just little. He needed his rest. His mother needed her rest. And then he grew up to be a little boy, and he went to kindergarten, and he went to grade school, and he had friends to play with. And then when he was in middle school, he learned to go fishing by himself. And he and his friends would fish. His dad would take him to the lake, and they'd go out on the lake in the boat, and so I loved to fish. And he enjoyed many, many happy hours fishing and hunting. Then he played football in high school, and that was really big. All went to the football games. All his brothers would cheer for the team, and for Si particularly. Our daughter was in the band, so we all went to school, and all the activities that went with it. One of the things that I most remember about Si was him going into the Navy and flying the jets. He loved to do that. His uncle had done that, and his dad was so proud of him for flying the planes. So then when Si married Aunt Dora, that was really special. And then the grandchildren came. So it's been wonderful. Many wonderful years for Si and his family.
My favorite memory has to be our trip to Kauai a few years ago. We went with Si and Aunt Dora for about 10 days, had a fabulous trip. Unfortunately, we had some maids who were taking care of the property who kept drinking our beer. So that was a problem, and Si and I talked about that about every day. So Si, my dare for you is to go back to Kauai, and of course I'll have to go with you so that I can witness this. I'd like to see you swimming with the walruses. Or are they sea lions? They must be sea lions. Yeah, those big things, those big mammals.
Okay.
That's the dare.
Well, one of my first memories, or a long time memory of Si, was Andorra and Zoe and I went to Europe, to Italy, to meet the 3 guys that were on deployment overseas. Si was the first one to get off the ship. He met us in Rome at the airport. We were very tired travelers, and Si just swept us up, put us on a bus, We followed him to the hotel. He got us rooms, got us dinner. We were just so very happy to have him in control. After a good night's sleep in Rome, the three of us woke up in the morning. We met up with Cy. He said, "Okay, ladies, this is what we're going to do today." And immediately after a good night's sleep, the three of us said, "Oh, no, Cy, thank you very much, but we are doing this. Your job is pretty much over." And he said he just couldn't believe that after a good night's sleep, these three little kittens that followed him anywhere turned into these bossy little women. And it's been the same ever since. So I love Cy dearly. I would follow him to the end of the earth. And
hey Silas, happy 60th birthday. We love you. You are the best cruising companion ever. We've had so much fun with you over the years, especially with cruises and parties at your house after the Weave concerts, and you're just a fabulous friend, and so thankful we're able to be here tonight and wish you a happy birthday.
Hey Silas, happy birthday to you. Happy 60th. Now you're an old man, not a young man anymore. And I know you've flown a lot of jets in your lifetime, but Carl and I dare you to jump out of one. So let's see if that comes true.
So my favorite story of Cy is when we were having Steve's 40th birthday party. It just happened to be during the Final Four. UK was in it. Cy asked if we'd be watching the game. I said, "Game? What game?" No, I was kidding. Actually, he said, "So you've got more than one television?" No, we don't. He didn't end up coming to the party, but he brought an extra TV and everybody was happy. We partied and watched the game. Silas, for your 60th birthday, I dare you to hike the entire Appalachian Trail.
Hello, Silas, and happy birthday. Welcome to your new decade. This is your interior designer talking, and I have lots of happy memories of you, but right now I only have a dare. And as we start phase 7 or 8 or 9 on your house, my dare is to let's just go for it. So happy birthday, have a great year, and looking forward to our new project.
My favorite story about Silas is putting up the sign for the Weave Golf Tournament. We put up the old plywood sign, and wind came by, and we came within 30 seconds of killing at least 2 golfers.
Here's to Silas's birthday. We're so proud of you.
Yes, and all those.
Well, we were talking about our favorite memories, and they are
all the wonderful parties we've attended at your house.
This is living in Derby Hills. This has been a treat. And what would we do without Silas and Indoors wonderful parties, and Silas with the wine? Oh my God.
Oh yes, to Silas and the wine.
Well, we keep toasting him, don't we? Okay, Kathy and I have decided. We've chatted and we've collaborated, and our dare is
that Silas should entertain us with a party every month. For how long, Judy?
A year.
For 1
His
year.
60th year.
His 60th year, yeah, until he's 61.
Yeah, there you go.
Here
go,
we go.
Cy.
Go, Cy.
We love you.
Uncle Cy, happy birthday. My favorite memory with you, or not favorite, I don't know how you put it, but every time we would drive to spring break and almost die in the car, it was always so much fun going on vacation with y'all, and so special that you invited us. I mean, Germany was an incredible experience, and I still talk about it to this day, and all the different beaches that we got to go to. Sanibel is now my favorite place in the United States. I hope to have a house there one day, and all those memories are just really special that you took the time out of your busy lives to go on these vacations with us and really get to know us better as family and everything. So thank you for that, and happy birthday. All right, Uncle Cy, here's your dare for your 60th birthday. I dare you to complete all of the dares that everyone has given you by your 65th birthday, even Granny's being in Antarctica on a glacier taking a picture, and Alan's riding a bike in a Speedo. I dare you to do all of them in the next 5 years, and happy birthday.